5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Liftoff normal.
There's the textbook liftoff of pslv-c54-06 mission.
सफलतापूर्ण उत्थापन pslv-c54 बहुत ही रोमांचक क्षण यह होता है। जो लोग यहाँ उपस्थित हैं उसे लाइव देख रहे हैं, महसूस कर सकते हैं।
And ISRO has launched its Earth observation satellite Oceansat and 8 other customer satellites on a pslv-c54 rocket from the Sriharikota spaceport. Another great moment for ISRO when it comes to expanding India's space program. Now, this is another feat for ISRO when it comes to the commercialization of the space sector. The Indian Space Research Organization commenced the countdown of this launch on Friday for the launch of this Earth observation satellite Oceansat and 8 other customer satellites on a pslv-c54 rocket from the Sriharikota spaceport. The primary payload of the rocket is an Oceansat, as I was saying, which would be separated in orbit 1, while the 8 other nano satellites would be placed in different orbits. I'm joined by my colleague Purnima on the phone. And Purnima, another historic moment for ISRO, especially in the realm of commercializing the space sector.
Absolutely. Another historic moment. Remember, this rocket will carry India's first privately built Earth observation satellite called Anand, which was developed by a Bangalore-based company. And this is nearly a 2-hour mission where the rocket will place all the 9 satellites in multiple orbits. So clearly, the rocket was launched into the space at around 11:56 a.m. Today. And indeed, a historic moment for ISRO.
Right, and this happened just 4 minutes back, as you were pointing out. Also, Purnima, this has also highlighted India's boost when it comes to the startup sector in the realm of space, of space travel, especially the space infrastructure that India has built over multiple years. Take us through that how the startup sector has boosted this entire the ISRO's operations, especially when it comes to commercializing space operations.
Absolutely. As you were rightly pointing out, there are startups that are trying to actively get involved in this particular space. Remember, this privately built Earth observation satellite, which is called Anand, was developed by a Bengaluru-based startup called Pixel. But clearly, many startups are now focusing on the space, especially considering that it has great potential. We've seen how a few weeks ago, another private company, another startup had also actively participated in ISRO's launch. So clearly, many startups are now focusing on improving the technology and trying to actively engage themselves with ISRO. So clearly, many startups are now trying to focus and bet big on and also have tie-ups with ISRO to launch successful satellites.
Absolutely. And when it comes to expanding the digital infrastructure of India's neighbors also, we've seen many neighboring countries like Bhutan, which are now dependent on ISRO when it comes to expanding their digital infrastructure and, expanding their own facilities for their people when it comes to the area of information technology. So India taking the lead when it comes to expanding the digital net in South Asia. Purnima,
पूरे तंत्र सामान्य निष्पादन करते हुए
to reconnect with Purnima, but those visuals on your screen, India's successful launch when it comes to the launch of the Earth observation satellite Oceansat and 8 other customer satellites on the pslv-c54. Let's listen into the broadcast.
Action completed.
तृतीय चरण सामान्य निष्पादन करते हुए अपना प्रज्वलन काल समाप्त कर चुका है। वर्तमान में सापेक्ष गति 6 किलोमीटर प्रति सेकंड तथा ऊंचाई 438 किलोमीटर।
Now, though we have the confirmation of the completion of HPS-3 burn, the launch vehicle is in the regime of combined coast, meaning thereby that there is no thrust being developed. However, the rocket is being controlled through the two clusters of 50 Newton thrusters that are mounted on the outer diameter of the propulsion bearing. These thrusters give propellant from the PS4 stage. The coast phase for present mission lasts for about 105 seconds.
कोस्ट फेज जारी है, जिसमें पूरा यान पूर्व निर्धारित तरीके से दिशा निर्धारण करते हुए कक्षा की ओर अग्रसर है। कुछ ही क्षणों में हम देखेंगे तृतीय चरण को यान से पृथक कर दिया जाएगा और उसके पश्चात चतुर्थ चरण का प्रज्वलन होगा।
Plus 8 minutes.
Third stage separated.
तृतीय चरण सफलतापूर्वक पृथक कर दिया गया है।
Fourth stage engine started.
Now we have the confirmation of the separation of the third stage and the ignition commencement of the fourth stage. Pressure-fed twin engines that burn monomethyl hydrazine as fuel and mixed oxides of nitrogen
Fourth
as
stage
oxide
performance
oxidizer.
normal.
चतुर्थ चरण का प्रज्वलन सामान्य। चतुर्थ चरण तरल नोदक पर आधारित चरण है। इसमें मोनोमिथाइल हाइड्रोजीन तथा नाइट्रोजन ऑक्साइड के मिश्रण को
9 minutes.
ऑक्सीकारक के रूप में उपयोग किया जाता है। इसमें कुल 2.5 टन का ईंधन होता है, जो कि दाब भारित इंजन द्वारा 7.33 किलो न्यूटन का प्रणोद उत्पन्न करता है। इसमें ऐसे 2 इंजन्स लगे होते हैं। इस समय सभी तंत्र सामान्य निष्पादन करते हुए
Burn duration of PS4 for this mission is 487 seconds. It has 2.5 tons of propellant loading and develops a maximum vacuum thrust of 7.33 kilonewtons by each engine.
इस चरण का कुल प्रज्वलन काल 487 सेकेंड के करीब है, यानी कुछ 8 मिनट निर्धारित है।
Plus 10 minutes.
इस प्रज्वलन काल के अंत तक उपग्रह के अंतःक्षेपण की स्थितियां प्राप्त की जा सकेंगी और PS4 को बंद कर दिया जाएगा।